Hello, everybody. Welcome to a Friday night, the final after show of 2021. Wow, that's a big landmark. Hi, LB and Greg Oliar. It's been so long since the three of us have hung out together. I'm really excited about tonight. Really excited to see you guys. How are you doing, LB?
I'm I'm really well. Thanks for
Good.
asking. I'm happy
Good.
to be here. I've missed you guys.
Likewise. And Greg Oliar is already dipping into the martini of the night, which is good. You're pacing yourself well, I see.
I'm sorry. On the advice of my attorney, I'm going to take my Fifth Amendment right to. I thought we were talking about Roger Stone. Never mind. Sorry.
Oh, we are going to talk about
Never
Roger Stone.
mind.
And he'll
I'm
also be
good.
drinking a martini
I'm
probably
good.
around this time, knowing,
It's been a
knowing
long
Roger
time,
Stone.
guys.
I think it's a
feel,
little harder than that for him.
That could be.
That's how he likes it.
Well, I don't know.
Likes it.
This is a Manhattan and not a martini. Let's just get the corrections.
Right, let's get that straight. So we had a hell of a week of news, lots going on, and still nothing going on, it seems, in terms of the big arrests of the big people. But we've got lots to review. Anything else on your mind before we get going? Because we can start off with let's do something else. Do you remember a couple of years ago? Maybe it wasn't a couple of years ago. Maybe it was even last year. I don't remember. When was
Are you going to surprise us with stuff? Oh, okay.
No. I'm not that kind of guy.
Good.
But do you remember Melania's Christmas? Do you remember Melania's Christmas?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You remember this? The fuck Christmas?
The Christmas.
Yeah. So the whatever these things were,
I don't know.
these trees, I guess. Well, it's good. There's good news. You know, they no longer have these trees. They've gone, and they've been replaced by Jill Biden's great decor. So let me see if I can pull that up for you as well. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
You know what? This is so complicated for me. It's been a while since I've had all this complicated technology to play. I'm going to play it for you later on because that's just how it is right now. Hi, we're back. We'll talk about that in a bit. Coming up, Jill Biden's White House decorations, which are almost a throwback to the way things used to be, and it's kind of nice to see it that way. But let's talk about Roger Stone, shall we? Because there he was outside of, I don't know why he went, but he spent 4 hours in there today, basically to plead the fifth on every single question that was asked of him, which means, if you believe the likes of Donald Trump, then he is a mobster, because that's in fact what he said before about mobsters. He said that's only something that the mob does, is plead the fifth. But, maybe you'd say that about Roger Stone. What's your take, guys? Is Roger Stone actually just putting on a show? Is he perhaps cooperating? I think he might be cooperating. Or is he just trying to do a song and dance to get out of this as best he can, like he always has before? LB.
Oh, me first. I can't hear the name Roger Stone or look at any news coming from the world of Roger Stone without remembering how Roger Stone was to Roy Cohn.
Mm-hmm.
It's impossible for me. And that he once showed up at Roy Cohn's apartment in Manhattan, and lo and behold, there was Tony Salerno, who was then the crime boss, the capo of the Genovese crime family, in a bathrobe. God only knows what Roy Cohn and Tony. I don't know if he was staying the night. What was happening there? Who knows?
You never know with Roger, right?
You never know. This was just Roy.
Oh,
you
just
never know with Roy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And and per Roger Stone, now he lies a lot, but there was some corroboration from Roy Cohn at the time. He showed up to get a check for a political check, I believe for Reagan. And Tony said, you need to call Fred, meaning Fred Trump.
To get the money, to get the actual money. Interesting. I mean, this guy's been a political animal for a very long time. He's certainly not new to this world. He has some photographs of his history with Trump, but also with Reagan, as you point out there, where that political check went. But of course, Nixon as well. Like, I mean, this guy's been around the block. Some call him the political cockroach because he's never able to go away. He never goes away. But Greg, what do you think? Is he playing for the cameras, or is he just cooperating, or perhaps cooperating?
I think we should pour one out here for Roger Stone, because this was going to be a hard day for him. I think that all things considered, I know that he's a smart guy and he knows that pleading the fifth, or is it pleading or taking the fifth? I never know
Invoking your Fifth Amendment right.
Okay, there you go.
Doing that.
That's how you would say
he
it.
knows that that's the smart play to keep himself out of trouble.
Mm-hmm.
But can you imagine being Roger Stone and being asked questions for 4 hours and resisting the urge to talk?
Right. It must have been really hard.
Few humans like to talk more than Roger Stone, enjoy the sound of their own voice more than Roger Stone.
That is so true.
Are you saying?
Sit there and say,
Are you suggesting that he could be agitated maybe by some of those members of the committee if they knew what buttons to push, perhaps?
Yes, I am. Because him sitting there for 4 hours, not that he can't do it, he knows what's on the line here. Boy, the temptation to talk is going to be great. It's going to be vast for Roger Stone. And he likes to talk. He's before all this stuff happened, he was on the talk shows all the time, and he's a glib, entertaining guy to listen to. I mean, he is.
And he did orchestrate the thing. I mean, he did sort of orchestrate the whole Stop the Steal event. It was his idea. That was his brand that he came up with. He was one of the key organizers who helped pull the militias together. I mean, it's not like he just made it. He didn't just arrive and get accused of anything.
Just because he registered the domain name in 2016 and was with us the whole time and coordinated with Julian Assange about stuff and dropped his card off at the Ecuadorian embassy because, I don't know, I was just in the neighborhood, Julian. I think I'll stop by. Just because he was like playing, footsie with Guccifer 2.0, who's really a Romanian. Yeah, all of this stuff. Yeah. And then he goes into this whole thing. And just because he was, indicted the first time around. And
partying with Matt Getz and Jeff Greenberg or whatever the hell that guy is.
By the way, Jeff Greenberg just got a settlement, I think. He just paid about $1.9 million in back taxes that he owes now. So we might see him off the hooks soon. That'll be interesting. But back to Roger Stone, he also...
Just because he was at the Willard Hotel meeting with all the people that planned the event the night before. Come on, Seth! The presumption of innocence,
But wasn't he
just
pardoned
because
with a super
identified oath keepers acting as his bodyguards and Proud Boys before that? Yeah.
Can we put bodyguards in quotes? Because God knows what those guys are up to when the doors were closed.
These are veterans. These are veterans.
Roger Stone. Does Roger Stone have boundaries? I don't know if he does.
Sexual boundaries, apparently not. Apparently not. He has a history of having pretty broad sexual tastes and swinging scandal in his past. Remember that?
Yeah, with Paul Manafort.
Oh, was it with Paul Manafort?
And John Bolton.
Really? John Bolton was in that? I didn't know that. I knew
That's my Merry Christmas gift to you.
Thank you.
Is to give you that mental picture.
John Bolton and Roger Stone and Manafort in one scene. All right. Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
I don't know if they were together, but they belong to that club.
Ooh, fun times in DC.
I don't know that Roger Stone is technically a swinger. A swinger means that you're switching partners. I think Roger Stone just like to watch. I thought
he went with his wife.
There's anything wrong with that.
So his wife was there and she was swinging too.
Oh no, she was there.
Yeah,
but that's not why he left the Dole camp.
I don't think we want to keep talking about these characters in this way.
Oh,
it will haunt me. Yeah.
Okay, we won't do it then.
Let's not. I can't do it. I can't.
Well, there we are, sitting outside the, there's Roger outside the White House Oval Office. You can see Donald Trump back there when he was still the president of the United States. So let's stick with that theme, because remember that Donald Trump said these words not a long time ago. At least this is the recollection of someone who took down the contemporaneous memo. He said apparently to someone at the DOJ, just say that the election was corrupt and leave the rest to me and the Republican congressman. Remember he said that?
Yeah.
It's interesting because now we have several Republican congressmen named and we have texts. So we kind of can see the formation of perhaps a conspiracy with what looks like a confession here on the screen, which I thought was kind of interesting. These are Mark Meadows' gang of former guys. Let me show you exactly who they are, because this is the brain trust that gave us the coup of January the 6th.
Oh no!
on the right there is the congressman. Of course, I included Johnson there because on the left, because the senators are still going to be implicated as well. I just haven't got all their names yet. But they got the typical Johnsons, Gosars, Biggs, I think, and Bragg.
That's Andy Biggs.
Yeah.
And you know what? I got to say something. I did a tweet because he looks so much like Steve Scalise in a particular photo that he's identified with the AP through the AP as Steve Scalise, but it was actually this guy, Biggs, and Marjorie Taylor Greene. And I don't know, there's some really like one of those young congressman man that looks like a thumb. You know, this sort of look that they get where they look like a big.
Oh, you
toe.
have to be more specific. That's really.
I can't. It's like a big toe with a beard. That guy. They're all
Jason
the
Miller?
Coup-plotters.
Jason Miller's not a congressman.
No,
he does look like a thumb. Miller looks like a thumb. Yeah, Miller has the thumb thing.
He does have a thumb thing.
Yeah, he looks like
He's
a
more
thumb.
of a weird middle toe that accidentally has a hair problem. It's a problem. He doesn't know what to do with his non-chin. It's
it is an issue. I actually do feel for him a little bit. Not really.
Not really.
And Nunes isn't on this list because I think he somehow just disappeared. He's now going to be the CEO at Donald Trump.
He took the final Uber off into the sunset.
Are we going to talk about that first? That's the shadiest fucking thing I've ever heard. I mean,
what, the Donald Trump media empire or whatever it's called? I don't know.
A media empire. Here's the CEO. You get a signing bonus of X. Is anybody looking into this? It seems really, really almost
super shady.
Almost like a payoff.
So corrupt that it's astonishing, you know?
Someone guaranteed him a job after he did this, I think, and he got that job. So, there's no company to be CEO of, though. There isn't actually nothing there. Like, there's no actual enterprise. So we'll see.
It's equivalent to be given the aluminum empire, right? Like in the oligarchy days. It's like, here, you get to be king of aluminum. So Devin, because you were just corrupt enough, thank God. Devin Nunes gets to be king of, I don't know, failed tweets. I'm not sure. Literally, he sued a cow on Twitter, and that somehow gave him the credentials he needed to run a social media empire for the former guy. It's Trump stakes all over again. It's just going to be the stakes and the vodka and the Trump University.
And people are still into him. They still like the guy, It's just shocking.
Can we say, by the way, the single greatest moment in the history of Twitter was when Axl Rose just tweeted, "Fuck Nunes." That really happened, and it was the greatest moment.
When they broke
all downhill from there. So good.
Oh, God.
It's just so. I just don't even know what to say about that. It was so great.
So just breaking before we got on the air, I think just breaking before we got on the air was this, confirmation. CNN reporting that this particular text sent to Mark Meadows on November the 4th, 2020, was from Rick Perry of all people.
Our secretary. What was he secretary of?
Energy secretary. Yeah. He says, here's an aggressive strategy. Why can't the states of Georgia, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, and other Republican-controlled state houses declare this to be where conflicts and elections not called that night? Whatever that means. Just send their own electors and vote to vote and have it go to SCOTUS. So that really was the plan.
He's saying where there were, it's not even conflicts. It just took longer to count the votes because it was going. We knew there'd be this red wave, and then it would go down. Oh my God! Sorry.
Wait, time out for 1 second.
He's just saying where there was timing delays in calling it in those states that were battleground states, just stop it, right, and then send it up.
Yes.
To SCOTUS. That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
Can we just like go back? Throw up that tweet, that text one more time.
Sure.
On the screen, or is that?
Yeah, I don't know. I can do it. Is this okay, or do you want to go a little slow?
No, that's fine.
Okay.
The grammar of this is the guy that wrote that is the guy that wanted to eliminate the Department of Education. I just feel like we needed to say this.
You know, that's a good point. I forgot about that.
That's
that piece
a fucking
of history.
word salad garbage. This is the guy who was on Dancing with the Stars and was an asshole on Dancing with the Stars. Like it's not.
Not to be too picky about this, but you're absolutely right. Because aggressive is with 2 G's. I mean, it's like that's his.
I mean, you think with all the cheerleading in this guy's background, he would be able to go be aggressive. He'd be able to do that cheer and spell it out.
And this motherfucker was involved with that Ukraine thing, by the way. He's been sliding under the radar for a while, so it's good.
Yes,
Let's get this fucking asshole back into the spotlight.
Oh yeah, I think that's exactly what's happening to him.
It's bad. What's wrong with Texas? You know, when George W. Bush is one of the better recent governors, that's really a problem. It's really a problem.
Yeah. America used to be thought of as a place where there was these, like the iconic best people of the world. That's what people's view of Americans was in the world. And now now look at them, just a bunch of corrupt, nonsense these guys are delivering. But, we have to go through this. We have to go to the pain of to get rid of them. We have to have to go through this pain. So we're going to do it. This is part of the process. But there's more people hanging outside Trump's White House Oval Office, ready to talk about him. There's Brad Pascal. Guy. Brad Pascal announcing today that he had his communications, seized or subpoenaed by the committee. So that'll be interesting because Brad has a bit of an axe to grind with the Trump family, as far as I know.
I don't think so. I think that's all a ruse. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's fine. Yeah.
It'll be interesting. He certainly handed over his communications, and he intends to cooperate, it seems. So it'll be interesting to see what he has to say. I don't know why he would have been involved in that day, but maybe
I don't know. I thought when he got tackled in his driveway by the cops, that we wouldn't keep seeing him. But there are certain laws to MAGA world, and one of the laws is these people never go away. They never go away. It's the worst fungus that you could ever get on the body of the republic. You can't. It doesn't matter. You can take the oral. You can put the thing on it. The cream.
It just keeps coming back.
You can get prescription
they are long
after
COVID.
prescription. They are long COVID. They're just barnacles. We're just not coming off.
Yeah. You're absolutely right. I mean, they aren't going away. It seems they seem to be wanting to stick around. And by next November, they could have a whole fascist country, which would be shocking and horrible.
We're not.
But it's not going to happen. Yeah. It's not going to happen because by then everyone will have realized how horrible they really are. I mean, I think that. I think by then we would have. There'd been enough education.
It does seem like it feels like we're setting up for that. It feels like they were kind of using this non-election year to get all the pieces in place, and next year is just going to be just a whirlwind of holy fuck moments until election day.
Right.
Just a cleaning of the house. And the only Republican left is Liz Cheney.
Do you see Mitch McConnell made a slight...
She earned her keep.
Who? Liz? Yeah, Liz has done well.
She's the only one left. She's earned it. She earned her spot.
Oh, fuck yeah.
It could be her party at the end of the day. But Mitch McConnell finally today said that he did think that the commission, the January 6th commission, was a good idea because people did need to find out what happened on that awful day. So
let's stop on that for a second. Yeah. Let's stop on that. So this guy survives everything. He can survive anything. He's a survivor. He really is, man. I don't know how he hasn't just COVID even has missed him, or he got it and somehow survived. He turned fucking purple and he still survived.
Yeah, he did.
He's like, this guy is talk about never going away. He's the ultimate Teflon survivor. So if he is saying, that committee's doing some good shit right now, because he goes like this in the political wind, and he knows before anybody else which way all that shit's going to blow. Yeah, he really does.
He's already figured it out.
So that's actually, and he's just so awful and horrible. I call him just that velociraptor of evil, right? He just jumps on shit and he just sucks it dry for all he can. But, that is a everyone turn your sails if you know what's good for you kind of comment.
Yeah.
That's what that is. Yep.
That is very true. That is very true. But I don't think he's ever been a fan of Donald Trump's. I think he's just done what he's needed to do.
No, he used him. He was a genius. He played that buffoon for 3 Supreme Court justices, and I don't even know how many circuit justices, and all the corruption of the Senate, everything he wanted. He almost got his best friend, my cupcake, what's his name? Not Abramovich, the other, Deripaska. Yeah. He almost got him off of the, with the visa off a sanction list.
Sanctions
list, but, instead, he didn't win that one. So he stayed enough away just in case Deripaska gets brought down by the FBI, which of course something's going on there. Yeah. We still don't have any updates on that. So
a lot of updates.
It could be that he's getting it all from his wife. We don't really know anything about that woman, right? Who knows where he's getting his information ahead of time, but it is exquisite information that this man has and that he operates off of. And so he can just play everybody. It's incredible.
He is.
I'm not
great.
trying to sound like I respect him, but as a mob boss, he is the best of the best. He's the best mob boss I have ever witnessed.
In the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king, and in the land of the complete dipshit morons, somebody that smart is going to rule the day. You know, he's so much smarter than the rest of them.
Oh yeah.
In that party. Can we talk about the dark money just for 5 seconds?
Yeah,
because
of course.
You know, Mitch gets this all this dark money stuff now too. I mean, the problem with dark money is we literally have no idea where it comes from at all. There's no telling. Semyon Mogilevich could be paying this guy off in fucking suitcases of cash, and because of Citizens United, we don't know. No way of knowing.
No way of knowing.
I think the onus should be on these guys. Show us where the money's from and prove that it's not foreign money, motherfucker. Prove it, Mitch McConnell, that you're not taking money from China, because I think you are, and I think you should prove it to us, the American people, asshole.
Yeah.
Nancy Pelosi this week said that it's okay for lawmakers to own stocks and shares, and I don't know if I agree with that. I think maybe
I agree.
You do. Well, tell me why you agree with it. With that, and then we'll go.
I agree that they should be held in trust. I don't think that they should be buying and selling. Just keep it in a blind trust. Let your people.
She said spouses.
She did say spouses. Okay, that's a
I'm not up for that. I don't.
It's basically the same thing.
Look,
I don't like it.
They are. It's not fair. What if you want to run for Congress and your spouse is like a stockbroker? He's supposed to just quit his job, or she, so that you can run for Congress. That's not fair.
Separate your finances. Show us something.
Yeah.
I don't like that pillow talk. I don't like
I don't like it because I think it just encourages corruption. It says, "Come and play with us and be corrupt." That's what it says to me. But anyhow, when we come back, we're going to start our list. We've done a list. You guys have done a list. I've done a list of the top 10 lists. We checked it twice. It's our wishes for 2022.
No, only twice.
And we also want our viewers to chime in as well. So if they go to the narrative.org/TV viewer, that's where you can get the interactive viewer. There's a chat there that takes their comments, and we can put them right on the air. So there's a few people there already. If you guys go over to narrative.org/TV and tell me what your wish is for 2022, you might get lucky enough to have it on the air. So that'll be exciting. We'll be right back. Hey, everyone. Thank you for supporting Narrative and for supporting our sponsors. If you're a regular viewer to the show, you may have noticed I wear similar things every day. That's because I can be sure it matches everything else I'm wearing. Now I can stop thinking about what to wear and just embrace the radically efficient Mack Weldon Daily Wear System. The Daily Wear System is a selection of clothes rooted in smart design, made with performance fabrics, and built to work together. From breathable t-shirts and polos to stylish button-ups and shorts, underwear, and beyond, Mack Weldon makes it easy for you to dress for work, leisure, and play, or wherever your holiday season might take you. I'm wearing the Ace sweatpants right now. It's available in a variety of colors, and don't get misled by the term sweatpants. These are structured and tailored and can easily be worn to informal meetings and also on travel. I've also opted for the Pima long sleeve t-shirt. The Pima cotton is really soft, and you can wear it on its own or with a blazer. Again, everything is made to match, and it comes in black too. That saves me time, and I can focus on the things that matter, like the news. All that by wearing Mack Weldon's Daily Wear System. Buy Mack Weldon or products from the Daily Wear System this holiday season for 20% off your first order. Visit mackweldon.com/narrative, that's NARATIV, and enter promo code narrative. That's mackweldon.com/narrative, promo code narrative for 20% off. Mack Weldon, radically efficient wardrobing. Love that. Love the Mack Weldon people. And I love talking about sweatpants. It's my favorite thing to talk about.
Now we know what you're wearing.
You said it. It's good.
Yeah,
I always wear sweatpants. It's my thing. So let's talk a little bit about the top 10 list, but also remind people that they can go to narrative.org/TV and tell us your wish for 2022.
I'm trying to be on there, but I don't see anything. I do see us.
Oh, so on the bottom or the right of that, there should be a chat module.
All right. I'm a ridiculous person here.
All right, get off the phone.
Okay, goodbye.
LB, I want to say also, your hair looks very nice.
Yeah, absolutely.
It does.
Yeah.
Oh.
It does. Yeah,
great.
I know you went to the Nancy Pelosi today, and you went to the salon.
I did. Well, I'm very nervous about the COVID.
Yes.
And so I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get into a salon for several months. And so I ran there. I was like, what? I literally like begged for him to do my roots.
Are you very concerned about it? I think it's going to be bad, but I don't think it's going to be as bad as people are predicting.
I just don't want to go out. I don't want to go out and be in a salon. It's different when they come to the house. It's not as I don't want to go in the grocery stores. I don't want to, I'm ready to not do any of those indoor things.
Right.
And that's the worst that happens to us. I'm happy to give that up we have so much beautiful outdoors here. So I'm just happy to give it up for a few months and just sort of, I don't want to get sick again.
They have done a very interesting study that came out of South Africa that said that the second week hospitalizations for the new virus was 1.9% versus like 20% for the last big wave that we've had. So it's definitely not as serious a disease to get, but it's far more infectious, which means it's going to, a lot of people are going to get sick, but they won't get as sick as before. So that's
how viruses. That's how they mutate. I mean, they try to be. They're less deadly as they mutate because they want to live longer.
Right, of course. Why not? Why not?
That's it. Biology 101, brought to you by me.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay, the top 10. This is the top 10 wish list for 2022.
Oh, that's mine, number 10. Yeah, I want those rocket dick billionaires to buy Cinnamon and Mansion. Just purchase them.
Yeah, they must be available.
This can't be
for
that
price.
hard. But I'm not holding out that those billionaires actually have democracy at the top of their list.
I don't either think so. Yeah,
I really don't think so. But there's got to be enough money or some kind of deal. I mean, I just think Krista Sinema, she just wants to, be famous and have she just wants some famous friends, and I did that as a joke that she wants her own fashion line, but I swear to God, anybody offer her own fashion line, that's all it would take. She would do it. Right.
Absolutely.
She is not in for whatever. This isn't a calling to public service. This is a calling to mass amounts of attention. And so we can purchase that attention for her and elevate her in a much better platform, right? Because she's going to go back to Arizona. They hate her. I mean, and no one likes this woman now. Yeah. She's completely betrayed everybody.
Maybe we should do a GoFundMe campaign or something for her. Like start a little.
I don't know.
A little company for her.
No, she needs someone powerful and famous because she needs that. She needs to latch on to something, right? To feel valuable. So she needs that, and then give her that and some kind of fashion line, and just buy her. Just purchase her.
I think that's a good idea. Mansion must be purchasable. I mean, I don't know what the price would be, but he's got a very nice car, a very nice yacht. He's got very nice things. So you must like those nice things. Number 9. I don't know who this was. Number 9? Greg, do you want to try it?
I mean,
that's me
I
too.
didn't mix these up. I didn't know you were going to write these. These were really just notes for us to talk off of. Oh, that's okay.
I thought they were so nicely written. I just made them into graphics.
I'm ready for Sheryl Sandberg to stop getting off the hook for the horror that has happened globally, literally under her thumb.
Yeah.
Especially that genocide and everything we're going through, and the amount of the COVID misinformation and the white supremacy that's running rampant, and the domestic terror that's running rampant. It's her. It's not Mark. Mark is no. It's that woman. She's doing it. She's the smart one. She's the one in control. She's the one who's hiding stuff. So that's what I like. I'd like a little juicy tell-all on her. That would be great.
You're right. I think
she's
that's
like
a great
Monica
idea.
to his Richard.
Yeah. What would the title of the book be for first? If her first book was Lean In, this would be. Think about that.
We have to think about that. We'll come back to that. I don't have that title off the top of my head.
It's just an interesting thing. It's an interesting thing to mull over.
The words I have to say are not even for narrative.
It's the leaning tower of something. Yeah.
Jesse Barr X says, my wish list for 2022 includes more vaccine mandates, at-home tests sent to every household, and voting legislation passed, and Trump indicted. That's a good list. It's a good list.
Good
I
list.
definitely agree with the last one. That would be an interesting one to get.
Oh man, Jesse, that's it. We're done. We might as well wrap it up.
I know.
That's our whole
I know.
list. Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Oh,
Mark
this
T.
is good. I like this.
The indictments of Gates, Nunes, Graham, Cruz, O'Connell, Kennedy, Pompeo, Barr, Jared, Eric, Ivanka Jr., Rudy, Kellyanne, Melania, Harley, Boebert, MTG, Jordan, Wilbur, Prince, Trump. Okay, we can go home now. We have done that.
That's a good list.
Good job, Mark.
Well done, Mark.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's making a list and checking it. He's keeping track. Lest
CJ.
anybody think that the regular people
look at that.
Look at that. Second season of The World Beneath to be as fantastic as the first. Well,
you're going to get your
wish.
It's
going to be even better. It's
actually going to be better. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. Thank you.
Is there more Lucky Luciano? Is there more Lucky Luciano?
I mean, it's got to be
I
more
already
Lucky
told you about this.
Is there more? Is there more?
Yes.
Curious
this
minds.
is lucky, everybody. That if you haven't listened and you haven't caught up, Greg is the voice of Lucky. Yeah, there's some Lucky.
It's very. He's very talented at it, and we need the whole spin-off just for Lucky. Weren't we going to do a spin-off of Lucky Luciano?
I'm from New Jersey. I can do that voice in my sleep. Okay.
I think we should do it.
No, but I'll make a little announcement. I'm trying to figure out, everybody, how to get the transcripts to you. Oh, I spit a little bit. So in sort of the best format possible, easy format, because I know a lot of folks have been wanting to read, and I didn't want to. I spent some time talking with people about what a book would look like, but I don't want to adapt this work. I know what I know what adapting does, because I do that for my other side, even though this is my living too now. But I don't want to adapt it. I just want to let you read the transcripts and see like the notes scribbled in the margins, and maybe even hear some raw audio. So I'm trying to figure out how to get that to everybody.
So how are you going to do it? You've got the transcripts ready, right? You're just looking for a way to deliver them.
Yeah. It's either publishing them or doing it in social media in a way that's just for subscribers. So not in a Substack way, but I want to keep everything tight to Twitter, since that's where people found me. So I don't want to try to migrate people to another platform.
I get so worried about Twitter every day, because they seem to be going down a very, very bad path.
Yeah,
right now.
That's true. Yeah.
Every day I'm like, what kind of weird rule is this? So now people's tweets are disappearing. It's kind of interesting.
You can do it like Kendall on Succession, LB. You could be like,
put it on my Insta.
Put it on my Insta. I'm gonna put all my stuff on the Insta.
You should start your own social media network, LB.
No.
Devin Nunes is available to run it if you want.
My Christmas wish list.
Number 8, a COVID therapy that really works for all, vax or not. Yeah, that'll be nice. There is a COVID therapy that's about to it's been tested, right, and approved. This is the COVID pill. So that's good. That's coming around the corner.
Game
so we know
changer. If we can just take a pill, if we get it, we take a pill. It's not so bad.
Yes.
Like the Tamiflu, whatever. Bring it on.
Tamiflu is the greatest shit. That stuff is fucking awesome.
Oh yeah, I've never tried it.
Yeah,
it's interesting.
Oh my god, it's so good.
It works.
It works.
So should we do? Let's do the next batch. Just keep going, because we're
let's do it.
So number 7. Dems get their messaging together and Biden leads the way. Yes, please. I'd love that.
Yes.
What is wrong with I don't want to say that, because I feel so bad that everyone dumps on the Democrats. The Democrats have been amazing. They've done an incredible job. Biden has been really stupendously brilliant, although a little dull, I'll say, as a speaker. Maybe he can, be a little less repetitive. But other than that, they've done everything they said they were going to do, except for the Build Back Better thing, which is going to be warned by the Republicans. But, they are not messaging very well. They're not really making people angry about the GOP in any way. And there's a lot to be angry about the GOP.
Yeah.
So how are they going to fix it?
It's just a communication issue. Greg, how are they going to fix it? Tell us.
Tell us,
Greg.
Such a good job. You had such a good rant on the phone last night with this, and now you're going to make me do it? It's not fair. What
was the rant?
Yeah. It's good only if
First of all, I want to defend the Democrats.
Yes, defend the Democrats.
Go for it. Defend them.
The messaging is good. The messaging isn't bad. Okay, there's always this, Democrats can't mess it. Yes, they can. You look at everybody's Twitter account, they all say the same fucking shit. The media doesn't pay any attention to it. The media is like, Democrats, like all the main Democrats are saying, hey, this, and this. And the media is like, Kamala Harris doesn't use the right headphones. It's like, what the fuck are we supposed to do? You know? Kamala Harris is going hither and yon, doing this wonderful job. And they're like, she bought a pot that cost $300. She's awful. You know, like what the... It's hard to get the messaging out when the whole fucking media structure is on the other team. So, you know, and that's the fucking truth.
That's the truth. So maybe what they need to learn how to do is to combat in real time the fire hose of horseshit coming at them from whatever on, even where it seems like it's a friendly host or a friendly channel. And that's maybe the training that they need. I want to say something. I saw Chris Coons the other day. He was pulled out of whatever he's pulled out of in the Senate, and was doing an interview he was on the Hill, and Garrett Clark, one of the MSNBC people, was asking him all these questions. He just wanted it was just a Republican talking point. So Dems have to, you know, and I'm sure they realize this, but just expect that anybody who comes to talk to you is going to fire hose you with a Republican talking point.
Right.
So, and you know what their talking points are. So be ready to hit back at that. And you know what? He was good. He was ready. It's the first time I saw someone be good and ready for that. So maybe they all need to sit down with Chris Coons and say, hey, how did you do what you just did?
It's a great idea. You know, Donald Trump did something during his term. Every morning he'd want to capture the agenda with some sort of stupid thing. He'd tweet something ridiculous. And we'd all go, "Whoa, I can't believe he said that." And it worked for him. Every day, he was the top story of the day, regardless of what he was. He had control. They need to do more of that. They need to just be a little bit more adventurous with the kind of messaging. And then I saw Pete Buttigieg on Lawrence last night.
He's the best at it. He's really fucking
good at it. And he was like, this is not about spending, you know, whatever it is, $1.7 million. It's about stopping inflation. Because we're going to cut childcare costs and we're going to cut gasoline costs for people. And I was like, that is good spin. This is now their anti-inflation.
He may be the best on the planet. That guy's
really
amazing.
He's really good.
Yeah, and he's so smooth about it, right? Like he's just got a very. He's going to have a good future. That guy. He seems to be solving a lot of problems as well. So that's good news.
Love that spy.
Is he? I mean, I don't know. Everyone is. Can you be president without being a spy? I don't know.
Not sure.
Where are we? Number 6. What does this mean? Who owns Kavanaugh? I haven't even heard of that expression before.
I don't know. I know nothing about this. Look, guys, I hate to break it to you, but the Supreme Court is broken. Broken. And it's broken because it's illegitimate. Let's just call it like it is. It's illegitimate. Okay.
Yes.
Mitch McConnell fucking, you know, he screwed it up. And you know, and Obama let him. Let's give the lack of credit where it's due. Obama thought Hillary would win and let him do it. And Hillary did not win, and McConnell knew it, and that's it. Now we have this horrible mix of people on the court. They are not representative of the American population by any means. I mean, there's 9 judges, 7 of them are Catholic. That's insane. Okay. 6 of them are radical Catholic, also insane. And 5 of them are just going to vote in this block. And Roberts is just twisting around like a fucking eunuch, which is what he's become. It's sad. And, you know, these people should not be there. If Merrick Garland was on the Supreme Court right now, he would not be the Attorney General, you know, and that would be good. So, the way to get rid of these people, okay, and to balance the court, yes, we have to expand the court. Manchin can't even fucking agree on, hey, let's give money so that people of West Virginia can live better. He can't even do that. He's not going to vote for this shit to expand the court. He's not going to do that.
No.
Manchin's
the lost cause, and I'm sure Sinema is.
Kavanaugh lied under oath. He lied under oath multiple times.
Yes, he did. Yes,
Follow the fucking money. The baseball tickets thing is fucking bullshit. It's bullshit.
That's right.
Also, he's drunk. I'm here on a live show, drinking my Manhattan, and Kavanaugh appears live, drunker than I am right now. Bad. It's bad. He's a fucking Supreme Court justice. He is a drunk.
Was he drunk at the hearing, the recent hearing?
No, I don't know. Maybe. He perjured himself before the court. He perjured himself. And he's not like Roger Stone. It's not the same
Before
as
the
Eric
Senate.
Prince
Before the
doing it.
Senate. Yeah.
Before the Senate, yeah.
Yeah.
But still, it's against
perjury.
the law.
Perjury is
He's a
perjury.
fucking judge.
right.
He's one of the 9 judges. This asshole,
Yeah.
okay, who all he wants to do is control women. You know, he's this rapey drunk. Why is this guy in control of women's bodies? Why? Okay? Why is this guy denying potentially life-saving health care to pregnant women in Texas? Why? Why do we allow this fucking shit to happen? And it's ridiculous. And the goddamn Democrats need to wake up to this shit, because if Kavanaugh is not gotten rid of in this way, by investigating his finances and convincing him that retirement and taking a very cushy job making 7 figures at a white shoe law firm is better than going to prison, then we're done. We're done. The Supreme Court's going to shut all the shit down. They're going to turn this into a goddamn fascist dictatorship, which is the only way that they're going to get the agenda that they want. Yep. Okay? A significant proportion of this country is pro-choice, not anti-choice. Yeah. They want women and their doctors to decide on women's. They don't want the state to force women to fucking have a baby, which is about as totalitarian as it gets. Most people want that, okay? So for it not to be that way is ridiculous. The only way that these Leonard Leo people can get that is through fascism, period. They need totalitarian people in charge to get what they want, and that's why they're there. It's not going to stop and start with Roe v. Wade. And they're not going to just get rid of it. They're going to erode it, which they're already starting to do. Gay rights are next. It's going to go back in time. They want to go back, pre-New Deal.
Free speech, everything.
It's on the fucking
schools,
record.
Everything.
They want workers to not have any rights at all. That's what they want.
That's a big one.
The record. Google this guy, Father McCloskey. That's what they want, these people. They're fucking fascists, okay? All of them. And if we're not taking this seriously, it's over. It's fucking over.
And we really don't have much time. We have 10 months to take it seriously.
Kavanaugh.
You know, it's really 10
it
months.
His father?
Yeah.
Maybe. We don't know. Why didn't he just say so, LB? Why didn't he just say so?
I don't know. We didn't get a straight answer on any of that. I want to know what Mark Judge knows about his friend.
That would be nice. Mark Judge can stop writing shit about Kamala and go testify.
Right. I want to know who hacked Christine Blasey Ford's email. That was an FBI investigation. I want to know about that.
Yeah.
There's a lot that we need to know around this guy. I want to know why we have proof that he lied in his 2006 hearing when he denied his role in the Bush era torture memos, a flat out lied under oath. And then that came out during his last confirmation hearing to SCOTUS, that the truth that he actually was involved in that. And that is what Senator Leahy and Cory Booker were trying to get out during that Senate confirmation hearing. And that is all of a sudden Christine Blasey Ford's emails are hacked and leaked.
I wonder if we can annul the whole 2016 election and then everything that follows it gets removed. Is that even a possibility? Like, if it's an illegitimate president and he did illegitimate things, can you just remove all the things that he did? No.
There's no political will for that from anybody.
But there's no political will either to enlarge the Supreme Court or to get rid of Kavanaugh or to do any of these things.
I think we will get into and expand the Supreme Court political will. I do. Because
we'll get into a conversation on it. But do you think you actually pass that? It's never going to happen. They won't even let us pass any judges right now. You know, Mitch won't let us even confirm any judges or any ambassadors right now. Do you think he's going to get us expand the church?
We need 2 more senators, man. We need 2 more senators. We need more states.
Senators.
Yes.
Yep.
The first thing you do is you get rid of the filibuster, and then you get if we have more senators, we get rid of the filibuster. We add DC or Puerto Rico as a state. That gives us more Democratic senators, and then we just pass shit. That's what you do.
Yeah.
That's the plan of attack here.
The Senate is actually a bit in play in November. People aren't as aware. They think the House is not necessarily easy, but the Senate actually is in play a little bit.
I know. I think
there's potential there.
I think we're going to win it both places. If people are really look, here's my rant, and it's short. We believe in democracy or we don't. So everyone that's like, oh, democracy, it's on, those are the stakes and it's online, like myself, like everyone here, like everyone watching who recognizes the moment of peril we're in. Well, what are we actually fighting to preserve? What are we fighting to protect? What are we fighting to advance and to progress with? We are fighting for democracy. That means we believe in it. So everybody believe and invest in it. It's going to work if you show up and you vote. It's going to work. Right. It's going to work if you pick up the phone and you let your congresspeople and your senators know what you expect of them and what you want from them, and you let your voice be heard. It's going to work. To be able to use the tenets of democracy to save and preserve democracy. But we have to have faith in it, and we have to believe in it, and we have to use it. So we must use the election of 2022. We must use these midterms. Everything needs to be on that. And God bless Senator Warnock. My God. He took to the Senate floor for the first time, and I don't know, I think since the Ted Kennedy era, I really do. He took to the floor and he made an argument for voting rights that transcended all of the noise.
Right.
And it was his speech on the Senate floor that went boom and flipped it around, and all of a sudden, even the senators, even the Biden administration was like, yeah, Build Back Better. So the fuck what? We got to do voting rights. It just, it was a moment of extreme clarity and focus and eloquence from him, right? Words do matter. Words can shift entire nations and their trajectory, right? And can preserve democracy. Our words can do it. Our votes can do it. We need to believe and invest and use the machinery of democracy to save it. It'll work.
Yeah, absolutely. It'll work. But we also need to push into the states, as not just federally. I mean, we have to be putting up candidates in every precinct in the country, in every state, because it's really a challenge for us to tackle some of those red state Republican houses, because they are so fixed in their positions there. So, if people are watching and wondering what to do in the next 10 months, run for office. Go support someone who's running for office.
Support. There's a lot of people running.
But not in every district, surprisingly enough. But it's just important to get out there.
So if you go and look at who's running your district, and if you see that there's somebody running unopposed, raise the alarm.
Right. Raise the alarm and volunteer for the Democrats in whatever race, whether it's the school board races or anything above that. Just make sure the Democrats are really supported this year, because it's going to make a huge difference, especially because the Republicans, I think, by November are going to be deadly embarrassed. I mean, it's going to be just an array of embarrassing things happening to them from January. I mean, they'll be.
So true.
It's just a disaster. You look at the entire calendar, and it's going to be like, we're going to have hearings in the prime time. You're going to have.
It's going
to be.
I hope the hearings happen. You guys, I got to say, I think keep vocalizing and pushing for that. I know that, Liz Cheney said they're going to happen. So they're going to happen. No. They very well may just, cut deals and do things behind closed doors. And if they're just going to get people pleading the fifth, think that nobody needs to see that anyway. So we keep pushing. We do need to see it all. It does need to be trotted in front of the American people. That's the only power of it, because they don't have power to do anything else with it. It's not the Department of Justice. They don't have power to put anyone into prison, and they're not using the little jail cell that they have there, which they should, but they won't do it. And if there ever was a time to do it in our nation's history, it's now. It was back when they could have thrown Corey Lewandowski in there, right, for contempt. And so we'll get there, but make sure that we get public hearings. I want everyone to keep raising their voice of make sure we know you told us you're going to do this. You need to do it, and we would like some dates. Start giving us the dates now. You can plan for this and tell us what dates we can expect to turn on our television and be highly entertained.
There's amazing evidence that they've uncovered. Really incredible evidence that I think is going to. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to not see that there's a conspiracy. You can't look at all the available evidence that's come out in the last week or so and say that there's no conspiracy. There's clearly a conspiracy to overthrow the government.
It's going to be the greatest television ever, and we just need all of the news channels to understand the ratings bonanza that they're going to get out of these characters, because they are so, talk about people that you have pulled out of the bowels of Satan, out of that fucking anus, with the still covered in chunks of corn, right?
No.
From Thanksgiving. This is who it is. They're awful, awful, horrible human. The sewer. They're from Satan's sewer. Just put them there. And because here's the thing, everyone says you can't shame Republicans, right? And they have this whole thing, right? And I think there needs to be a distinction made there. You actually can shame them. It's how you shame them. You cannot shame them to get them to go away by exposing their own behavior, by talking about hypocrisy, by being by being by liberal. That you cannot shame them that way. You can shame them by mocking and laughing and really being just disgusted by the people they stand next to. Right? So that with narcissism, they're never going to get them on their own thing. They're not going to feel shame for that. But boy, will they kick a loser to the fucking curb so fucking fast. Look at Donald, what he does with his own kids. As soon as they start to appear as losers, I don't know that person, right? He's out of there, right? It's because they don't want any kind of, or anything that smells of loss or of just ridiculousness next to them. That's how you shame them. Yeah. You distance them, and then it's a divide and conquer, and you just Machiavellian that shit, right, all day long.
You got to believe that
divide and conquer.
One of those fragile egos must be thinking, how can I make this work for me? How can I become the hero of America by talking? And, someone like Roger Stone, I don't know, he might do it. He's got nothing to lose at the end of his life. Like, why not? Why not go out as a hero and just spill all the tea on Donald Trump? I mean, you just need one of those. You just need one of those insiders to go in and say, well, Alex Jones is currently losing everything he's ever worked for and owns and everything. Why wouldn't he talk if he gets a little bit of a reprieve for all these things that he's facing? That's why all these pressure points.
Let me give you a really.
Alex Jones doesn't like to talk.
Here's a real concrete example.
Prime time,
Here's a real concrete example of what I'm talking about that actually might come to be. Okay, so being that a couple of things have to happen that are very difficult to make happen. So being that George Clooney's movie on Jim Jordan and the wrestling scandal actually does not only get made, but people get to see it. That's like things get killed in ways, right? But there's a whole bunch of content that got killed in 2019. You can't even believe how much content got killed. So being that that's able to happen, and more focus and attention is paid by the media on what actually happened at Ohio State University, no one's going to want to be within they're hanging on to Jim Jordan and blah, blah. They're going to run for the fuck hills. They don't want to be associated with that at all. I promise you.
I think you're right.
What you do to win in that situation is, if you're a politician and you're running against someone like, say, Elise Stefanik, right? Who literally lashed herself onto Jim Jordan. And there's all kinds of footage of her saying things in front of the camera and then looking up to him for approval. And he nods down and he winks at her. You just ride that decrepit pony all the way to a win, right? Because I am telling you, I know those people in her district. They don't know that. They don't know that about Jim, and they don't know this about her. They really don't know. Right? And if you're her opponent, you can just keep fire hosing that in front of people all day long. Look, here she is, and here she kissing Jim Jordan on the cheek, and here she is hanging on to him for approval, and here she
thinks
is
like a Republican.
taking advice
she
from
does.
him. Right?
I'm going to take a break.
Ride the decrepit pony? I mean, I guess that's the question.
I don't mean that in any other way. She's married. She's had a baby, whatever. Right? But then and if you really want to go there, if
no
you
more
really
imagery,
want to hit
please,
her,
no more.
You say, well, good. Yeah, I didn't mean that way. But good luck. Good on you, Elise Stefanik, for having a girl. Because had you had a boy, and you sent him up to Ohio State, who knows what you would have been okay with happening to your own son. Right?
And we'll be right back after this. We got to go. We got to take a break. We got to take. Hey, everybody. Thank you for supporting Narrative and for supporting our sponsors. I want you to meet the founder of Moink, an 8th-generation farmer who was featured on Shark Tank.
Time for breakfast. My name is Lucinda Cramsey. I was born on a farm and raised on a farm, and I'm an 8th-generation farmer. I wanted to give farmers the opportunity to be financially independent outside of big agriculture.
You can see why I selected Moink as a sponsor for Narrative. It's good for you and it's good for local farmers. Moink delivers grass-fed and grass-finished beef and lamb, pastured pork and chicken and wild-caught Alaskan salmon direct to your door, helping family farms become financially independent outside of big agriculture. Their animals are raised outdoors, their fish swim wild in the ocean, and Moink meat is free of antibiotics, hormones, sugar, and all the other junk you find prepackaged in the meat aisle. Sign up at moinkbox.com. That's moinkbox.com/narrative to get a year of bacon for free, and then pick what meats you want delivered with your first box. Change what you get each month or cancel anytime. And you don't have to take my word for it. Narrative viewers get so excited about their Moink box arriving each month, they tweet at me telling me it's Moink Box Day at their house. And keep doing that. I really enjoy those. Moink meat is so delicious, Narrative discerning viewers love it, and I know you will too. Get Moink Box right now. Join the Moink movement today. Go to moinkbox.com/narrative. That's N-A-R-A-T-I-V, the way we spell narrative, right now. And listeners and viewers to this show get free bacon for a year. That's 1 year of the best bacon you'll ever taste, but for a limited time. Spelled Moinkbox, M-O-I-N-K, box.com/narrative. That's moinkbox.com/narrative. Hey, everybody. Thank you for supporting. Hey, friends. Thank you for supporting Narrative and our sponsors. What's easier than opening a can of cranberry sauce? Getting free life insurance quotes with Policy Genius, of course. If you're looking for something to do while the family is running a turkey trot, you can be just as productive by comparing quotes from top life insurers with Policy Genius. Why Policy Genius? Well, Policy Genius makes it easy to compare quotes from over a dozen top insurers all in one place. And why compare? Well, you could save 50% or more on life insurance by comparing quotes with Policy Genius. You could save $1,300 or more per year on life insurance by using Policy Genius to compare policies. The licensed experts at Policy Genius work for you, not the insurance companies, so you can trust them to help you navigate every step of the shopping and buying process. That kind of service has earned Policy Genius thousands of 5-star reviews across Trustpilot and Google. And eligible applicants can get covered in as little as a week, thanks to an award-winning policy option that swaps the standard medical exam requirement for a simple phone call. This exclusive policy was recently rated #1 by Forbes Advisor, higher than options from
Okay.
I don't know what happened there. But there you go. I guess
I don't know.
The machine had enough of the ads. You know.
Policy Genius, damn it.
Yeah, they're the
That's what I
best.
say. Policy Genius.
It's good to get insurance right.
Especially now,
So,
for God's sake. Everyone's
hang on.
dying. Get the insurance.
It is really important. It is really important. I got to say they're a good company.
I'm not even kidding. I'm being
do-
totally serious.
Yeah, and they do a good comparison service. So if you just want to go to one place.
If you don't have life insurance and you die, somebody's got to pay for your funeral expenses. That sucks.
It
Right.
does suck. It's
You know,
very
Policy
expensive.
Genius.
Uh,
It is.
PolicyGenius.com.
I do
It's
want
nice
to
to
say
get it
too,
right.
for the bacon, the best bacon. What is
Yeah.
this bacon? So we were texting about the bacon, and even Jen Griffey won.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm hungry, LOL. It's like it made us all hungry. That bacon.
People love that Boink. They really do. They really think it's a great box of meat that arrives. So
I like that. I like the little clip where you show the people. That was really cool.
Yeah, she was nice, Lucinda. She seems kind of cool. I mean,
Anyway, we should say she's named Lucinda.
Lucinda, yeah,
she's
she's the head of Moink. She created it. Moo plus Oink. That's her idea right there. Anyhow, where were we? We were talking about the top 10 wish list. Yes, and Jim Jordan and everybody else.
How to shame Republicans. It's possible.
It is possible.
It's possible.
And we should be prepared for a year of shaming, because that's what's going to happen right now. The next year is going to be full of shaming. There'll be tons of lawsuits, tons of criminal indictments, and tons of oops, I should stop this before it clicks in. I don't know why he snuck in. He just snuck in. Brad Pascal wanted some limelight, and that's how he got there.
Oh my God. That was a guy he looked like one of the Michigan militia guys. Oh no, that's
Speaking of the bowels of hell. Yeah.
He's the kind of guy who would actually testify. I think like Brad Pascal, I can see someone convincing him that this is his primetime moment. You'll get a whole career out of it. Go ahead. Tell us everything you know about January the 6th. I think he could do a good job there. I'd encourage. We should
Okay.
start a sweepstakes on who might be next, who might be the first to testify. All right, let's find the rest of our list here because we have not finished it yet. This, where were we? We were at Who Owns Kavanaugh? We did that, right?
Yeah, we're
Yes.
at 5.
And number 5
LB,
is
that one's yours, LB.
Oh yeah, that's mine.
what is it?
Listen, I called this for I don't know 5 years now.
Mhm.
New York State taking down Trump for being a crib.
Wonder if it'll happen.
I think it's gonna happen. Yeah, I really do. If New York doesn't, then I got to go back in there. I got to go back to the city and find out how did I miss this level of corruption?
Vance is leaving. Vance is leaving next week.
Vance is leaving. Yeah,
and he's not going to do this before he leaves, even though everyone had speculated that he would. There's a new guy coming in, Alan Bragg.
Right, it's Alan Bragg, who I don't know much about, but it's not about whether Vance was going to get it done before he leaves. It's that Vance set up all those grand juries, and so that's where the information will come out of the hard work that did under him, and we'll see what the new guy does with it.
I think he ran his campaign saying that he was going to be tough on Trump, and that's why he was. That's why he won. So hopefully he will be tough on Trump.
New Yorkers want it. New Yorkers really, really want it. And he's a politician. At the end of the day,
come on. What are you talking about? Trump has a 20% approval rating in New York City. What are you talking about?
They just haven't got to know him yet. That's the thing. They need to get to know him.
Well, we have a new. It's so funny. We have a new police chief. Maybe that 20%, because I have a feeling half of that 20% NYPD, but maybe she can turn that department around, that huge massive department.
It really is a mess. So number 4, Eric Prince in front of a judge. Would be so excited to see that day happen. Because this man has gotten away with crime and more crime around the world, and some of it is just beyond reproach. I wouldn't mind seeing Eric Prince face the music at least a little bit in January, and it might happen. Rumor has it might happen.
If you follow Greg Smith on the Twitters, he does seem to be sealed indictment stuff.
He did say sealed indictments. Yeah,
stuff is happening. I think
I've heard it from 2 sources that actually something's happening. So we'll see. I mean, every time if I could have $1 for every time someone told me that Eric Prince is going to be arrested next week, I'd be semi-rich. Not really.
You could sign up for Moink. Is what you could do.
I could buy a box of Moink. Number 3 is the end of Citizens United. That's just my other thing I wish for next year. It's not going to happen, but I'll put it out there.
Not going to happen, but you can keep wishing. That's one of those ones that you wish for every single year until it does happen.
Yeah, it's just necessary. Look what it's done to our country.
It needs to be a law. I mean, because again, to your point here, Zev, we don't know where the money's coming from. The dark money is it's dark, and therefore we don't know where it's coming from. It could be Mogilevich money. It could be Putin money. It could be MBS money. It could be UAE money. We don't fucking know, And I think the onus. I think the way to frame this, if you're a Democrat,
Chow money.
Could be.
It could be Chow money, China, whatever. The way to frame it as a Democrat is to say to these people, I think you're a foreign asset and that foreign money is paying for everything you do. And if you don't show me who gives you the money, I'm going to keep saying it. Prove me wrong, motherfucker. That's
so cheap for these people. It's so cheap for a country to go and invest some money in a candidate. It's so easy for them to do it, and they'll get huge response for it. It's just a good return on investment. All they have to do is funnel some money into a candidate like Marjorie Taylor Greene, and they've suddenly got a spokesperson in the middle of our Congress. It's just nonsense. Just nonsense.
Yeah.
That thing should be overturned. That thing should be overturned.
Yeah.
And also that horrible thing that Clarence Thomas's wife was involved in January the 6th. That's no good. She should go too. All right, where are we? Number 2. Who's this one?
It's great.
All right, now you wrote the joke out here and sort of spoiled it. But
I'm sorry. It's what you sent me, so I put it into.
I don't know.
I didn't even look at it. I sort of cut and pasted.
To throw the fucking ring into the fire, and then the eye of Murdoch goes out. And imagine Rupert Murdoch is one of the worst human beings that ever lived. He is worse than almost anyone.
Yeah.
He's on it.
Pretty much.
Again, we go back to Succession. And Logan Roy's brother, speaking of Logan Roy, but really speaking about Rupert Murdoch, says, if you consider all the thing he does with climate change and how the earth is going to die, and therefore the people that he's going to kill, he's on par with Hitler. Murdoch is. He is. He is that level of fucking evil. He really is. And I believe that with my soul. This is a guy who encouraged his Fox News host to go on the air and fucking lie, which we know this week, about the insurrection, about who was there that day. Hannity, is he going to lie on his own without marching orders from the top? Maybe. I don't know. But Murdoch owns the fucking station. So it's Murdoch's responsibility to make sure that these people don't fucking lie about something like that, about the insurrection. They also lie about, the vaccines and this and that. They are responsible for hundreds of thousands of people who are dead. This fucking asshole. He's ruined Great Britain, fucking gone. Rupert Murdoch had a big part in that. That great, wonderful country, vanguard of democracy and all this sort of human rights stuff, it's a fucking joke now. Why? Because of Rupert Murdoch and his fucking media empire. That's part of the problem. Okay? He killed it there. He's working on it here. I don't know what he's up to in Australia, where he's from. Why is this guy, why did his yacht accident not, be like Robert Maxwell's yacht accident? I don't know. That's an argument that there is no God. I'll just leave it at that. This man is fucking evil incarnate. Okay? So I want Frodo. Who's Frodo? I don't know who Frodo is.
Dominion, maybe. It might be Dominion.
Dominion is absolutely. That's right.
The fire, whatever the fuck it is. Okay, and poof, the eye of Sauron goes out. Murdoch is no more, and all of a sudden, Hannity, he's talking on the screen about some bullshit, and then boom, there's nothing.
I'd love that.
Tucker Carlson. Hi, I'm here with Kyle Rittenhouse, and the boom, it's nothing. Laura Ingraham. Well, boom, dark. When we never hear from these fucking people again, they are. I can't overstate how awful they are. The propaganda, the Soviet fucking propaganda, the anti-American propaganda spewing from this fucking evil network of media companies with this fucking evil man. I don't know if it will take a goddamn, I don't know if it's a clove of garlic or like a hammer and a stake or a goddamn direct sunlight. But God willing, Rupert Murdoch needs to be destroyed.
Maybe someone needs to get to Jerry Hall, and maybe she needs to figure out a way to divorce him and take all his money.
How is he still alive,
Mick
though?
Jagger,
honestly?
Mick
How
Jagger,
is he alive?
text Jerry Hall, Mick Jagger.
Where is Mick
Name
Jagger?
us, Mick Jagger.
Name us. Where are you? You
Jerry
wrote
Hall,
that song
you're
about the
Jagger,
devil.
You're gonna then go to Rupert Murdoch? What's wrong with you? I don't understand.
Yeah, sympathy for the devil.
I didn't know Cheryl Hines was married to that idiot Kennedy guy either. That's really disappointing.
Oh, you didn't know that?
No, God.
That's
Don't
where the
get
money
me
comes from.
started
That's where
on
the money comes
Malibu
from.
people. I can't.
All right, let's do number one. Number one. Kushner to prison for the Blue State genocide. Here.
This is all three of us. This is the number one wish.
Where is Jared anyhow? Sorry.
I don't know. People are.
He's running Affinity Partners. He's in the Middle East trying to get these assholes to give him money. Fucking asshole. Oh.
You see, I saw Sandy put up a tweet the other day saying, "Are they still married? I think they're still married.
What,
are they
Sandy
still together? Are they?
Is Ivanka still with that guy?
Yeah,
that one guy.
Yeah, that guy.
Oh my God, it's Shiv and Tom. It's so Shiv and Tom.
I know it's Shiv and Tom.
But is this real?
Look,
or is this a wish? Someone sent us.
No, the wish is that I look. I do not agree with. I think it is the biggest mistake ever in the history of the Department of Justice ever calling itself or any legal branch of anything ever in this nation or any other nation to not prosecute a former U.S. president simply for his multitude of crimes, especially where some of them resulted in real criminal activity, resulted in mass death of Americans. And he knew it, mass death, and he knew it, and he wanted it. He thought he was going to have a political win. if Garland is just too comfortable in his little robe, judge's robe left over to actually step out and do what's right and prosecute this guy, because there's some memo somewhere. So, God forbid a fucking memo. The fucking memos. Don't get me started with the fucking memos either. Right.
Some drunk Republican wrote it on a goddamn cocktail napkin.
Where's the memo for the son-in-law that was installed as an advisor that didn't even get a security clearance? Mm-hmm. Was refused a security clearance, so he got some magical award of from the corrupt money launderer for Russian mafia, falling out of Tony Salerno's scrotum, Donald Trump. Where?
Oh, you're fantastic! You're so good at this.
Where to bring it all the way back around?
Yeah.
Right to Fred's checkbook, Fred's wallet. Like where? Why is there immunity for Jared fucking Kushner? Who the fuck is Jared fucking Kushner?
He's just the guy that killed hundreds of thousands of Americans because he's a greedy fuck.
Yep. By the way, breaking news, and I think this is I'm not 100% sure this is totally accurate, but according to Paula Hatfield, who's quoting Occupy Democrats, she's saying that Fox News host Sean Hannity surprised his viewers while wrapping up tonight's show, announcing an unplanned vacation as the controversy of his January the 6th text messages rages all around. You've got a visit from someone. Maybe got a visit.
Fuck you, Sean.
Yeah. Goodbye. See, they heard your wish. It just happened right now. You just said
One
it.
One of them went poof temporarily. He poofed.
He must be so close to being indicted, that guy. He just must be so close.
I mean, who knows? I think.
Are you referring to the time that he wanted the Russian asset to host his radio show?
Just one of the things. Okay, wait. One of the things that he did.
But Greg's on it. Everyone's saying over his January 6th text. I don't think it's going to happen to anybody over the jet. Again, Assange. I do not believe that this is Assange shit. It's not good for Sean.
It's not. None of it's good for Sean. Daily briefings.
Assange, come host my radio show. I know you're a Russian asset. Let me give you this huge platform, please.
No, it's not looking good for him.
I'm going to come visit you. Spread your buttocks, Sean. Spread your buttocks, Julian. Oh my God, it's so fucking disgusting.
Yeah. But that man is due to go. He really is. Sean Hannity of all of them. Tucker too. I can't stand Tucker. He really can't. So thank you, Paula. I hope that's true. I hope that's good news for everybody. It ends the show in a good way. And that is the end of the show. No, there's more.
We're going long tonight.
Talk about the Beatles here.
Let's go long. I don't mind going long. I got nothing better to do. It's 8:14. Let's go long. Let's talk about the Beatles.
Let's talk about the Beatles.
The Beatles. Yeah. We love the Beatles.
Okay. Let's talk about the Beatles.
Okay.
We have to end it on a high note.
The Beatles.
There we go.
This.
Yeah. I know nothing about this.
Are we spoiling? We're not going to spoil. Everybody's had a chance to see it. Okay.
I haven't seen it, but I hear it's amazing. Go ahead.
Listen, to me, it is the greatest rock documentary of ever, and I don't think anything will touch it. And first of all,
it clearly is.
It just is. Yeah. Well, I don't know. People are debating it. Whatever. I'm just saying, right? But first of all, Greg and I have had many conversations about this because we just can't believe it. Mm-hmm. How does this exist all these years? Oh my God!
Well, the tapes existed, right? And then just explain to everyone. So this is tape that was originally shot ages ago.
They were
known as Let It
Be.
In January of 1969.
Yeah,
the Beatles convened at a studio, at a sound studio. They were supposed to, in the month of January 1969, they were going to write 10 songs or however many songs, record the album, and then perform it at the end of the month live.
Amazing.
As a TV show.
That's brilliant.
And this director who wound up, who you're watching it, you're like, this guy looks familiar. It turns out he really is Orson Welles' biological son.
Orson Welles' son. Yes.
You're watching this and he's recording it all. And nowadays we've seen this, there's this hidden cameras here and there. I mean, everybody has a camera on their iPhone. In 1969, this shit did not exist. This is like finding like video footage of Abraham Lincoln giving the fucking Gettysburg Address.
It's
full color.
It's astonishing that it exists. And then Peter Jackson, who directed, Peter Jackson, because it's his project. It's 3 installments that are over 2.5 hours each.
Oh, wow.
Because that's what he does.
That's what he does.
Right, which is
Yeah.
incredible.
Damn, it's so good. It's so good.
It's so good.
amazing.
It's so good. And and he doesn't it doesn't get mucked up with like a narrator voice or cut to contemporary things, documentary style while people are talking. He just says, we have an opportunity to be the fly on the wall in the Beatles as they're writing the greatest fucking songs in all of history. And it's like, and you get to see their process and the difference between the 4 different processes and what the actual John and Paul relationship was and how that was like, how that just George Harrison had his moment of like, I'll never be a part of this. And he was just a wet blanket and he leaves. And then he comes back like with a fucking superhero cape and saves the day, right? And like, because the whole studio that they had set up to record the greatest fucking rock songs of all time was all fucked up and George had to get in there and fucking save it. He went in and saved the shit after he quit the Beatles. That's how he comes back in. And then it's like, George is a hero. And then they're like, it's just unbelievable. And you listen to Paul McCartney be so loved, beautiful with John and Yoko, recognizing they're in love and they just want to be together. And he makes a comment like, watch, in 50 years, people say the Beatles broke up because Yoko sat on an amp. Right. And that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what people said.
It did say that.
It's not real. It's not true. None of that. All of that was just bullshit. So you get to see the real beauty between these 4 young men. They're only 27 and that they're like, feel like they're so old, right? And just still babies. And the just beautiful relationship that they all have with one another, with their artistry. And Paul is just this machine. All these fucking songs coming out of Paul McCartney.
Oh my God.
He was the genius there, right? Amazing stuff.
Unreal. They all were. They all were. Really.
The thing that
they were
Ringo's
special.
genius.
Yeah.
I never thought Ringo was a genius. Ringo's a fucking genius.
No,
he sits
it's
there
impossible to watch that and not love Ringo.
He listens. He creates a space where all this stuff can be conjured by these master songwriters. He just sits there and creates an emotional, spiritual space for it to happen. As he hears the song, they don't even hearing the song yet. They're like working out. As soon as he hears it, he goes to his drum kit and he goes, and he starts putting it underneath it, and everything comes to life. It's like you just never seen anything like it. I
can't wait to see it.
Oh my God.
I can't wait to see it.
Thank you, Peter Jackson, for how you did this and for not putting yourself in there and not fucking it up. Oh,
thank you, Peter Jackson. Thank you, the Beatles.
Thank
It's really great.
Thank you,
and for like, I was 9 years old, and so were you, Zev. I'm sorry, 8 years old.
Yes,
and so were you, Zev.
Thank you.
When
was
John
I really?
Lennon
Was I really?
Yes.
Oh, when he was killed. When the thing was shot. Yeah.
So
I've been to that spot a few times. Actually,
no, we weren't born yet when it was shot. But
no, when John Lennon, he said when John Lennon was shot.
When John Lennon was shot,
yeah,
I was 8 years old, and Zev, you were 8 years old. So because you're 2 months older than me. So
thank you. For sharing.
When I've seen John Lennon footage, it's usually like he's in bed with Yoko. He's got the "I Love New York" shirt on. He's like already sort of this icon.
Yes.
It was fascinating to me to watch him actually just playing guitar and singing, because I've seen Paul do that, I've seen George do it, I've seen Ringo play drums, but I've never seen John just play like that before.
Yeah,
it's
super talented.
Amazing.
Their early footage of them, like when they first broke out in Berlin as well, was amazing. It's like it's really good stuff. If you can get to see that,
like the fact that these guys were in Liverpool, which is the 4th largest city in the UK. These 3 guys, like George Harrison and Paul McCartney, like rode the bus together, I guess. George Harrison was fucking 14. Paul McCartney was like
13.
16 or 17.
He was 13.
He was 13.
13.
That's it. They took John and Paul, and I know, like, if you like John, you say Paul sucks, and if you like Paul, you're like John sucks. But the reality is, these are 2 of the greatest individual artists ever. And they're in the same fucking little tiny place working together. It's like, it's enough to make you believe in God.
Yeah.
It's
it makes
amazing.
you believe in God.
It
really does. It's this thing is, the fact that the whole time I'm watching it, I'm like, I can't believe this exists. What a gift.
And what a brilliant format as well. Like, it's just a great idea. Putting artists together and giving them a limited time span to do this big creative project, and then and then they actually have to perform it at the end. But now you've got these incredible artist. It turns out to be the biggest artist of all time.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
That is a nice story. That's a nice way to end the story. Show at least.
Zev wants to leave. I can tell. Zev,
no, I just don't have anything to say about it because
Zev has plans. He's like, this podcast is going to be 10 minutes longer than usual. Oh no!
I was thinking about the editor has to edit this, and he's like, "Oh, we got to do this in 2 parts." I can stay and talk to you guys for as long as you want because I love you guys so much, and we're a little like the Beatles. We're like the Beatles of the Trump Russia world.
No,
no.
We are not.
You're not.
We're not.
There are no Beatles of that world.
I mean, that's all I had. That's all I had. That's all I got.
No, they're like a basketball team. You know, Paul McCartney's the point guard. Lennon is the pick and roll partner.
Narrative sports.
Narrative sports.
Thank you so much. I was forgetting about that, and here we go. Just like that.
Oh, are we going to do narrative sports? Can we talk about Kyrie? Because he's been trending on Twitter all fucking day.
Who's been trending on Twitter?
No, the Beatles are like a basketball team. They really are. It's like the dynamic there. It's like the same fucking thing because you have guys. You have the 2 stars who are Lennon and McCartney. Paul McCartney is the point guard. Lennon is the big man, whatever. And then you have the complimentary role player who does all the dirty work. That's Ringo. Oh my God. You cannot win championships without Ringo.
Big man.
But George Harrison is like, hey, I'm also a point guard. Oh. I need touches.
Can you have 2 point guards?
And McCartney's like, no, you cannot have 2 point guards. McCartney's like, my ball, fuck off, you know.
Oh.
And that's the tension that's there.
Yeah.
And it's like incredible.
And then they play a game.
Is that, you know, Let It Be is not their best album by any stretch of the imagination. And the Harrison stuff that comes out after this it just is better. I mean,
right.
Something is better than any song written in the
There's no better. Stop that.
Now, I'm going to play something, but in order to play it, I have to say goodbye to the YouTube audience because if I play any of the Beatles on YouTube, they'll get. If you're not watching us on YouTube, you should remember that is a place you can watch narrative.